dingus. Oh my gosh. I love you too. Good morning. Hello from Texas. Well, I'm in New York. Hi, Nikita. I'm weak at Nikita being here. You know, I would hide my legs from y'all, but if you're true to this, then you know exactly what happened to my legs. Tell us a spooky story. Whoa there, whoa. I might can do that, but don't like. Can you ask me how I'm doing first? Feel like a child being told stories, crying. Beg, blessing, beautiful. Hey from Ghana, blessed day. Hi. Do you ever live in Monroe, Georgia? Did you ever live in Monroe, Georgia? I did. How do you know? KVS Young, how do you know? I'm at work, finally caught your live. What's up, Rebecca? What's up? I love your channel. Thank you for watching. I am gonna tell some spooky stories when we get to like 60 viewers. How you doing? I'm doing good. I love your channel. I love you for loving my channel. Hello from the UK. The mosquitoes teared you up. They sure did. Good afternoon. How was the wine tasting? It was great. It was a little underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Where's everybody watching from and what time is it? A natural beauty. So sweet. No. Texas. North Carolina. Thank you. See, yellow. Yeah. Durham, North Carolina. Hi from St. Lucia. I love your stories. You always make my day. I love you. Thank you. South Carolina, South Africa. So that person is just gonna just reveal part of my past and just dip. Oh, KVS Young, yeah. I remember you. I'm from Monroe. Oh my God. You remember my face? Like I was a kid when I went there. That's crazy. Also, what was the name of that school that we went to? Cause that was like a part of my life that just Mississippi, Virginia, Georgia, BC, Canada. We are at 62 people, so I'm gonna start looking for some spooky stories to tell for you guys. Are you guys excited? Are you guys like super excited? Hello from Alaska. That's pretty damn far. Oh, also, guys, just be aware that I do have my super chat open. So, you know, if you want to buy your girl lunch, that would be nice. Yep. Is your bonnet crocheted? Yes, it is. My bonnet is crocheted. My bonnet is crazy. My bonnet is crocheted. And somebody actually crocheted this for me, and I paid like $20 for this. It was great. Let me find y'all some stories. Anyway. Oh, also, is this your first time on my live? Have you been on my live before? What's the vibes? What's tea? Hello from Germany. Can I please follow you, please? If you, I'm hoping on social media, I wouldn't stop you. Yeah. And cold, but very pretty. Oh. First time, welcome. Absolutely love it. I've been crocheting since I was 3. I would love to find that pattern. Yeah, I don't know anything. I know the basics about crochet. I've been here, I ain't going nowhere. Been here. Anyway, if you're ready for the first spooky story, everybody type ready in the comments. This is how we do things around here. So I need everybody to type ready in the comments section right now. Now. Before I can get started on reading the next spooky story, but before I do that, let me fix my top so I don't expose myself. Okay. Hi, thank you, Nicole. Welcome. Ready. Everybody's typing their readies, so you guys are all ready. Okay. The Lady with the Coffin, a true story from the 1960s. Back in the 1960s, my grandfather was a DJ, the kind who played at every party you could imagine. His setup was simple, just a radio and cassette tapes. Because of his work, he'd often be walking home in the early hours of the morning. The streets were usually dark, sometimes foggy, most times it was raining. One night, as he was walking home, he reached the crossroad not far from his house. When he looked back, he saw something that made his blood run cold. A woman dressed in all white, carrying a coffin on her head. He panicked and tried to run, but he couldn't move. He was frozen. By the time he regained control, the coffin was blocking the road and the woman was gone. When the sun finally rose, the coffin disappeared. He rushed home, shaken and silent. But it did not stop there. The next night, it happened again. This time, he did manage to run. But every path he took somehow led him right back to that same crossroad. Over and over again, as if something was playing with him. The next day, disturbed and desperate for answers, he went to speak with an old elder in the community. The elder told him something terrifying. Death is coming for you. It shook him, but still, my grandfather didn't want to stop working. That Friday night, he headed out again. Same road, same crossroad, and again, he couldn't run. His body locked up. He remembered something else the village elders had told him. If you must go out late, do not bathe before you leave. Surprisingly, that night, he hadn't. Now, here's where things take a turn. In Caribbean folklore, there's a spiritual ways to protect yourself from dark forces. One of them involving your own natural scent as a kind of repellent. So my grandfather did something wild, and you might laugh, but it's what saved him. He took his hand and passed it in between his booty cheeks, under his balls, and under his armpits. Then he wiped it across his face like a spiritual war paint. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer at the crossroad. He wasn't even near home. He was face down in Roseau Beach, beaten and bruised, but alive. He never saw the coffin again, but the experience never left him. It haunted him for the rest of his life. Hi, everyone that's just now coming in. Yes, chat 174. Like and subscribe. Clock that. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I am reading some spooky stories right now. So if you're in the mood for some spooky stories, stick around. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're, interacting with this live. There's 200 of y'all in here, so the like should be a little bit higher than 25, Make sure you're liking the live. And also, I do have my super chats on. So if you want to send your girl some gifts, I am not opposed to that at all. Let me find the next spooky story to read to y'all. All right. If you're ready for the next week, so that was his spirit while he was beaten in the spiritual world. I guess so. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. If you're ready for the next spooky story, make sure you type ready down in the comments. before I can read you guys the next story. Make sure you type ready in the comments. Ready, ready. Okay. The Ghost of the Mineshafts, a South African spooky story. Hi, my name is, we're gonna call her Shine. She's 16 years old, and this story is from her grandmother that she used to tell her passed down. She always swore it was true. In the dusty mining town in the outskirts of Johannesburg, there was an abandoned mine shaft known as the Devil's Gap. Years ago, there was a tragic accident there. Dozens of miners were trapped deep underground. Despite rescue efforts, many of them were never found. Gone, just like that. Locals say if you listen closely on certain nights, you can still hear them. The lost ones, calling for help from deep inside the shaft. The sound? Bone-chilling whispers carried on the wind. Some swear they've heard it, others pretend they haven't. One Friday night, a group of teenagers, chasing thrills and ignoring all the warnings, decided to explore the Devil's Gap for themselves. Armed with nothing but flashlights and curiosity, they climbed over the fence and disappeared into the shaft. As they moved deeper, the air grew cold. Their flashlights flickered like dying fireflies, and that's when the whispers started. Help us. The sound was soft at first, almost like wind, but then it grew louder. Voices moaning from the shadows, the teens froze. Lights from their flashlights caught glimpses of shadowy figures in old miner overalls, faces twisted in pain. We're trapped. The voices came from everywhere and nowhere all at once. Panicked, the group tried to turn back, but the exit was gone. In its place stood a wall of pitch black darkness, so thick it felt like it had weight. And within that darkness, they saw them, hollow-eyed, faces staring right back at them. Miners, silent, watching, and waiting. One by one, the teens screamed and ran. Some fell, some cried, but somehow all made it back to the surface, breathless and shaken. No one believed their story, but after that night, each of them started having the same dream. Trapped underground, dirt pressing in from all sides, ghostly hands grabbing at their ankles, pulling and pulling. Some stayed away from the mine forever, others laughed it off. Until a few months later, when the local newspaper reported a strange flickering light seen inside the Devil's Gap at dusk. Lights no one could explain. And just like that, the whispers started again. The legend lives. Now, the Devil's Gap is locked up and fenced off by the town. No one's supposed to go near it. But on stormy nights when the wind howls and the moon hides behind the clouds, people swear they can still hear them. The whispers, the moans, the echoes of men who were never rescued. Still calling for help, still trapped in the dark, still waiting. My phone's fine. Yeah, I put it in rice and it recovered after like 2 days. Thank you. Are you guys enjoying the spooky stories? Let's get her to at least half on the likes. I double that. Come on, guys. Let's get up the likes. At least 60. Come on. You're welcome, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Is it like physically hurting you guys to like the live? Like, what is the procedure to like the live? Like, what is it? First time seeing you. Make sure you subscribe for more spooky stories. I have a lot of spooky stories on my page available for you guys right now. Yeah, you guys act like it's like a lot of work. Okay, babe, you're getting blocked. And Celeste. list. You're getting blocked. Goodbye. I love y'all too. Oh, before I go on to the next spooky story, have you guys voted for me for the Caribbean Music Awards? Thank you, Marky. Have you guys voted for me for the Caribbean Music Awards? Cute. Thank you, bae. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, I did. What you said that? Where do I go? I voted. Oh my God. Thank you, Full Glass, for the super chat. You have just bought, chat, another spooky story. If you haven't voted for me for the CMAs, then that means you probably haven't watched my latest YouTube video, which is a very interesting spooky story that is 28 minutes long. Your outfit's cute as fuck. Thank you, bae. So make sure you go and you check out the latest video, and right in the description of my latest video is the link. Or you can go under where it says post, and the link is there too. But in my latest YouTube video, the link is in the description. You can go click that video, click the description, the link in the description. I'm weak, Ariana. Well, I appreciate it. But yes, and go and vote for me. And someone sent chat $1.99, so I shall read you guys another spooky story. Thank you. Thank you. But yes, as I'm finding the spooky stories to tell for y'all, make sure you guys are voting for me, okay? 60 likes. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there. I appreciate y'all too. Oh my God, this story is so long. You know what? I'm not gonna tell a long story because it is $1.99, so I'm gonna tell a shorter one. When last? Damn, on Instagram they send the long ones. Golly. Okay, let me go on TikTok. Okay, I just got one. Oh! $10. Okay, so now I have to tell a long one. Okay, I'm gonna tell a short one, and then I'm gonna tell a long one because I want to honor it. Thank you for the super chat, babe. You just bought me some dinner. Yay. You have told her from your family. Oh, okay. I shall get some more spooky stories from my family for y'all. Okay, let me tell this short one first, and then I'm gonna tell a longer one, okay? Okay, everybody who's ready for the first short spooky story, type ready in the comments. W Full Glass. Yes, she just bought y'all 2 stories. Can you do a backflip? Not anymore. Ready. Okay, beautiful. I love the energy. My encounter with La Jabas. Growing up, I used to always hear my family talk about La Jabas, and I was scared as hell. Just the name alone would make my skin crawl. My cousins and I would sometimes go into the bushes to play or find ingredients to cook, like our mother used to. And every single time we'd hear strange things: voices whispering, footsteps in the dry leaves, distant talking. But when we'd look around, no one was ever there. But one day, things got real. It was a regular morning. My mom, my sister, and I were taking a little walk before school. My mom and sister had left the house before me. So I was little behind them, walking down a small hill we always used to. That's when I saw it. Something crouched down on the side of the path. It wasn't facing me, and it had a colorful Creole head tie, the kind older women sometimes wear. It wasn't moving. I froze. I was about 9 years old. I called out softly, "Mommy?" No response. I called out again, louder this time, "Mommy?" Still nothing. That's when my heart dropped. Because when my mother finally answered, her voice came from somewhere else, farther down the path. I turned and ran back up the hill like my life depended on it. And when I finally caught up to her, I told her what I saw. But by the time we got back to that spot, whatever I saw was gone. Gone like it was never there. But I know what I saw. I know it in my bones. Another time, during the summer, my cousin had cooked some good food and made local juices. She sent me some to the fridge to get one. She sent me to the fridge to get one. While I was walking to the kitchen, I heard the TV playing in the next room. Curious, I peeked in, but the TV was off. I thought maybe someone muted it or paused it, so I went back for the juice. Then I heard it again, the TV playing, loud this time. So I went back to the room. TV still off. I turned to leave, and that's when I heard it, a voice, clear as day and heavy. "Mama, Mama Kai Shayo? Mother is killing you," is what it translates to. I swear, I've never been more frightened in my life. I ran outside and told everyone, but of course, no one believed me. Till this day, I wonder, was it La Jablas or was it something else? All I know is I'll never forget those moments. Ooh, how was that one? Don't talk about my reading skills. It's been a long day. And here I am still showing up for y'all. Don't talk about my reading skills. Short and sweet. A little creepy, and we appreciate you. Thank you. And my lips are cracked. You know, like they're chapped right now. Y'all don't see me complaining, but y'all complaining about my reading skills is a little crazy. I'm trying. And I have some castor oil right here. Okay, so I do oil. I can't even talk today in general. Having an accent is not as easy as you guys think it is. Like sometimes my tongue just does be feeling really heavy. Sounds like an excuse, but I swear it's not. Broke people should never comment on other people's reading skills. You can say that again. You have an accent? I do. Okay, as promised, I owe you guys a long one. So let me look. Jesus, not you. Okay, well, copy. Damn. Well, this one seems like different. like one person submitted multiple different encounters. Third story time. Copy. Are you guys ready for the next spooky story? Did somebody else send a super chat that I didn't see? Yes, you did, Riker. You just bought chat another story. Thank you, Riker. Everybody say thank you to Riker. Yes, make sure you guys hit that like button. Okay, everybody type ready. I got another story for y'all. And thanks to Riker. Well, this one's a little bit longer one. This one's like 3 stories in one for the $10.99. And then I will read a $2 one for Riker. Story time number 1. The kitten that wasn't just a kitten. Hey, so I've got a St. Lucian story time for you. And this one still gives me chills. One night around 2 a.m., my cousin and I were out late. As we were headed home, we saw a little kitten. We didn't pay it much mind, just figured it was just a stray. But it started following us. The vehicle dropped us off by the road, and we still had about a 3-minute walk to the house. The kitten followed us the whole way, even after we tried to ignore it. We got inside and shut the door, but something didn't feel right. My cousin and I decided to boil some water. We added Clorox, alkali, and salt. We threw it out at the kitten. Later that morning, around 9 a.m., someone came knocking at our door. It was our cousin. He had burn marks all over his body and was yelling at us saying, "Why did you burn me? Why would you do that to me?" We were confused and started arguing back until the neighbors came outside to see what was going on. But deep down, we already knew. That was the first story. Yes, please listen to him. Let's try to get the live to 100. After this, y'all got one more story. If the live is not at 100 likes, y'all not getting another one from me. Not the shapeshifter. I missed it. What happened? I don't know. Should I reread it? Everybody let me know if I should reread it. The first one was really short, but it's a 3-in-1. Okay, Barry, you're gone. We're reading spooky stories on live. All right, I'm moving on to the next story. Story number 2, the girl who ate salt like it was candy. So there was this girl I used to be friends with, but I never went inside her house. Every time I showed up, her mom would tell me to stay outside. I always thought it was because I had my panty on the wrong side, and I'm magote. I can't remember the English word for it, but Yalusians know what I mean. One day, her mom told my father straight up, "Tell your daughter to stop coming to my house." We didn't think much of it, but then one day, she was working with my mom, and my mom had cameras installed behind the counter at her shop. Y'all, the footage showed her taking a new pack of salt and eating it raw like it was nothing. No water, no reaction, just chewing the salt like it was candy. That's when my mom knew something wasn't right. She looked at me and said, "That girl is a demon." We never spoke to her again, but till this day, every time she passed by me, she touches me. And I swear, every time she touches me, my eyes starts twitching. I never touched her back, and I never will. Story time number 3. The St. Lucian witch who flew to America. This one, pure madness. There was a St. Lucian woman who was said to travel to America on her broomstick. Literally. Every time she visited, she had a passport, so no one questioned how she got there. One day, she showed up at her son's house in the U.S. Thing is, he wasn't home and the house was locked. When he got back from work, he found her inside the house just sitting there like she'd been waiting. He asked, "Mom, how did you get in? I never knew you were coming." She just looked at him and said, "I'm a demon. If you tell anyone what you saw, you'll die." Well, he told his boss everything that he saw the next day, and that night he came home and he was found unalived. And here's the creepiest part. Near my house, there's this huge rock. My cousin and I used to go out at night, and sometimes we'd see a beautiful woman sitting right there on the rock, just watching. We never said anything. Other times we'd see huge black dogs perched on the rocks, like they were guarding something. Until this day, no one dares to go near it. "93 likes. Let's get the live to 100 likes, guys. Salt is like a protective ingredient, but to be just like chugging down salt is a little crazy. You don't think? Okay, let's find you guys another story. That one's too long. Okay, I got another one. I think this one is worth $2. It's not too short, not too long. This one is a submission from Oklahoma. So if you're ready for the next spooky story, type "ready" in the comments. Hey, 110 likes, period. Yeah, y'all really doing y'all big ones. Okay, so this one is different. This one's a little different. This one is a portal story. Kids and I enjoy your story. Well, buckle up because I'm telling another spooky story live right now. The Wolf in the Portal, a true story from Shawnee, Oklahoma. This happened about 3 years ago in Shawnee, Oklahoma, during one of the darkest times in my life. I was homeless, struggling with addiction, and I was just trying to survive. Most nights I didn't have anywhere to go, so I just walk around town. It helped me keep warm and kept my mind off of things. One night, it was around 3 or 4 a.m. I was walking through a part of town where the businesses were just starting to wake up. I'd heard stories before from others in town, people like me who lived on the fringes, about this huge wolf that roamed the area. But here's the thing, you're not supposed to talk about it. It's a native thing, sacred, powerful, and dangerous. Some things best left alone. So when I saw it that night, I knew exactly what it was. It stood there, still as stone, staring at me, and I swear it had this look like, oh shit, I got caught. I grabbed my camera and started taking pictures. I didn't realize until later when I went back to check the shots that I had captured something strange, something I can't even explain. One of the photos, if you zoom in, you see the very tip of its tail, mid-air, but the rest of its body, gone. It had jumped into something. A portal, maybe? There was nothing on the other side of the image. No exit, no shadow, just disappearance. Where did it go? That town, Shawnee, full of stories like this, things that just don't make sense. Things that people are afraid to talk about. There was another time I swear I saw a group of ghosts, all dressed in clothes from the 1800s, maybe even earlier, just walking around down the street like it was still their time. There were so many of them, too many to count, and I wasn't the only one who saw them. Another time, I got stuck in a time loop. No joke. It was like I kept walking in circles, seeing the same streetlight flicker the same way, hearing the same sound in the distance over and over and over again, like I couldn't escape whatever moment I was trapped in. Crazy, spooky, and real. I've been dealing with some stress lately, especially from the wildfires. But once things settle down, I'm going to try to recover the photos from my old iCloud. If I have to reset my password, I might take a few weeks, maybe a month. But if I go back in, I'll show you the proof because I know what I saw and it wasn't from this world. Birthday prayers for your cat. I enjoy your stories. Thank you. If you're on here and you haven't voted for me yet for the Caribbean Music Awards, make sure you guys are voting for me for the Caribbean Music Awards. The link can be found in my latest YouTube video that I posted that I'm sure you guys probably haven't seen yet. But yes, I posted a video yesterday and you guys should go check that out. And the link is in the description. Make sure you click the link. I am currently still #1. Hopefully, I hope. Yes, I'm currently still holding down the #1 spot. And to ensure that I am holding it down, make sure you guys are voting for me. This means a lot to me. I swear if I don't win this, I'm going to be so bitter. I might stop telling spooky stories for a while. So. Oh my God, Matra. I was getting ready to leave live, but now you're making me stay because I have to tell chat another spooky story. Thank you, Matra. Everybody thank Matra. Jazzy thoughts. Why can't I like it? I'm so confused. I was so confused. What should Dochi do? Thanks, Matra. Period. Y'all better tell her thank you. That's a real one right there. She just brought y'all another spooky story. Okay, this one's cute. This one's from Ghana. You know, I was getting ready to leave live, but then I guess she just bought you guys another one. I guess that's the only way to make me stay. Adala, make me holla. Love your stories and your vibe. I love you for watching. Come see me. I don't know about that. Everybody type ready in the comments if you're ready for the next spooky story. Twerk for the spooky stories is crazy. Yes, I'm talking about the one where the husband got impregnated by a zombie. Oh my God, Ty Bean, come on. I was kind of hoping to go smoke after this. All right, Ty Bean, everybody say thank you to Ty Bean for buying you guys yet another spooky story. Okay. The Tree, the Raven, and the Woman. A true story from Ghana. Hi, we're going to call the person who submitted the story Delta. Hi, I'm Delta and I'm from Ghana. This is a true story that happened when I was 14 years old. At the time, I was living with my aunt and her daughter, who was 4 years older than me. We had just moved into a new house in a quiet area of Accra called Odokor. Before we relocated, people warned us about that neighborhood, saying it was full of witches and paranormal activity. But my aunt brushed it off, thinking it was just gossip. We settled in. That first night, my cousin stayed up late watching TV. When the show ended, it was around 3 a.m. She got up to close the windows before going to bed, and that's when she saw something strange. There was a naked man walking through our compound. He was headed towards a large tree in the yard, and as he walked, cowries dropped behind him, one after another. Curious but scared, she kept watching. Then, without warning, he vanished into the tree. She shut the window quietly and ran to wake my aunt. But when she explained what happened, my aunt told her it must have been a hallucination. The next morning, my cousin told me about it. We decided to stay up and the next night see for ourselves if anything strange would happen. Around 2 a.m., she looked out the window again. This time, it wasn't a man. It was a naked woman, crouched on the ground, performing some kind of ritual right by the tree. She called me over to look, and as I leaned in, I accidentally got pinched by the window frame and let out a quiet ouch. The woman outside heard us, looked straight at the window. We dropped to the floor in fear, closed the window slowly, and didn't say another word. We knew something was very wrong with that tree. The next day was my aunt's birthday. That morning, we found a black raven sitting in the flower pot in our living room. We don't even know how it got inside. My aunt managed to get it out, and it flew right back past you guessed it, that same tree. A few hours later, a middle-aged woman came knocking at our door. She was very dark-skinned, with hair that looked exactly like the woman we had seen outside that night. She told my aunt that she was looking for a job and that she didn't want any money. All she wanted was to live with us in the house. When my cousin and I saw her, we froze. She smiled, but not just any smile. It was the kind of smirk that gives you instant goosebumps, like she knew something we didn't. Later that day, during my aunt's birthday party, the raven was back, perched on the tree again. We had family over, including some cousins our age. Suddenly, the raven flew down and started screaming and cawing at our cousins, loud and aggressive. One cousin grabbed a stick and tried to chase it away, but the bird wouldn't stop. It just kept screaming louder and louder. That's when my cousin, the one who saw the naked woman, shouted, "Jesus!" At that exact moment, the woman, the one who came asking for the job, started screaming from inside the house like she was being burned alive. The raven flew up, hit the wall, and disappeared into the sky. We rushed into the room. She was gone. All that remained were cowries scattered all over the floor. No signs of the woman, no footprints, no nothing. After that incident, a witch doctor was called to our home. He inspected the property and told us, and I quote, "There's a tree in this yard that holds evil spirits. Cut it down and the haunting in this neighborhood will stop." So we did. And as they began cutting the tree, we heard faint screams coming from inside of it. As the blade sank deeper, blood oozed out from the bark. When the tree was finally cut down, everything changed. The strange occurrences stopped. The fear disappeared. And just like the witch doctor said, till this day, we don't talk about much what happened that day, but we all know what we saw. And I'll never forget that smirk, that raven, or that tree. Thank you. You're welcome. You guys have one more story as far as I'm concerned. If you guys want more spooky stories, you have to send a super chat of any amount. I don't really care. And yeah, but as for right now, somebody did buy you guys one more, so I'm going to read you guys one more. Anybody know why the app won't let me donate? Oh no, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this app. I don't know. Sophie, you're about to get blocked. What do you call your followers? Abducted humans. That was one of the best. You are good at telling stories. Thank you. Thank you for the words of affirmation. All right, I shall tell you guys one more. Oh my God. Romay. Everybody say thank you to Romay. She sent $5. This is serious. I have to tell a good one. All right, so now you guys have one more story. Oh, Jesus. The Night the Dwarfs Moved the Bin, a true South African story. Oh, everybody type ready in the comments. Look at me about to start reading and nobody typing ready. Like, I don't know if y'all ready. Everybody's still saying thank you to Romay, which you guys should say thank you. Everybody, make sure you're typing ready in the comments. Type ready. Ready. Ugh, I don't know why my lips keep getting dry so fast. God Loki said no. I guess so. I don't know why it won't let you send it. It's working for other people. I don't know. Roll up with us. I'm trying to be professional. No. Okay, the night the dwarves moved the bin, a true South African story. Hey, I'm from South Africa and I need to tell you about something that happened to me when I was younger. It still gives me chills till this day. There was this old lady in our neighborhood who people said was crippled, but only during the day. At night, she'd walk perfectly straight, stiff like a stick. Now, one night, my mom went on an all-night church service. Our neighbor was headed to a party nearby, so she left her son with me and my cousin. We were all home together. At first, everything was fine. We were just hanging out, watching TV, normal stuff. But eventually, we got tired and decided to head to bed. That's when things got weird. We couldn't sleep. Something felt off. The air felt heavier somehow. And out of curiosity, I got up and looked out the window. What I saw nearly stopped my heart. I called my cousin and our neighbor's son over quietly and asked them to look. And yes, they saw it too. 3 small black figures like dwarfs were out by the trash bin, but they weren't just standing there. They were pushing the bin back and forth almost like they were playing or working on something. We were frozen, confused, until suddenly it was like they could sense us watching. They slowly pushed the trash bin closer to the fence and then they looked straight at us, right onto the window, right at me. That's when I screamed. I couldn't hold it in, even though I was the oldest and I was the most terrified. The next morning, I told my mom and the neighbor what we saw. They didn't laugh. They didn't say we were dreaming. Instead, they looked at each other and said that we were lucky to even be able to speak about it. Later, the old lady, the one people said was crippled by the day and fine by night, pulled me aside. She looked at me dead in the eye and said, and I quote, "Never disturb me like that again, or you'll never see the sunshine." I never looked out that window at night ever again. Yeah, I did tell that one before. So if you're OG, you do remember that one. Okay, I got one more story for you guys. I'll try to find a $5.99 worth one. I'm gathering the next spooky story for you guys right now. This one, I think, is $5.99 worth. Gratitude for running up the likes. Yes, thank you guys so much for liking the live. Thank you guys so much for showing love and being supportive. It really does mean a lot to me. Oh my, it's like y'all don't want me to leave. I swear I'm thinking this is the last story and I'm about to leave, but y'all don't want me to leave. Sheena, she is back with another one. Love your stories and you're beautiful. Thank you. She just bought you guys a $10 worth story. So after I read this one, I have to read you guys yet another spooky story. I've been on here for 49 minutes. Okay? It's like y'all literally just won't let me leave. I'm fine with it. I'm getting paid. Everybody say thank you to Sheena. Duh, we love you. I love y'all more. You are so awesome. Not like y'all. I really love this outfit. Thank you. All right, everybody type ready in the comments if you're ready for the next spooky story. Cause now I got stories to read for y'all. I gotta read. Okay, the woman who turned into a snake. A true story from South Africa, shared by, we're gonna call the person who submitted the story Janae. Hey, I'm Janae and I follow you on TikTok. I just wanted to share one of my personal experiences. And as someone from South Africa, let me just say, stuff like this happens all the time. But thankfully, my mom and I are prayer warriors. When I was just about 10 years old, we were living in a city called Kimberley. At the time, it was just my mom, my middle brother, his dad, my stepdad, and me. Every weekend, my brother and I would go stay with my granny's sister. Since we didn't have many friends in the neighborhood, it was our usual routine. Right after school on Friday, we'd pack our things and head to her place. But this one weekend was different. My stepdad had traveled to China for some business, which meant my mom was home alone. Just her and a tenant who lived in a separate entrance apartment on the same property. As her oldest, I had locked my bedroom before we left and kept the key with me the entire time. No one could have gotten in. When my mom came to pick us up that Sunday, we could immediately tell something was wrong. Her clothes were torn, had scratches and bruises. It looked like she'd been in a fight, which was not like her at all. We rushed inside confused and scared, and that's when she told us, "Someone broke into your room." But here's the thing, nothing was broken. The door itself was still locked, so how? My mom, being a light sleeper, said that she had been woken up by a strange noise coming from my room, which was right across from hers. When she got up to check, she saw something slide under my bedroom door. At first, she thought it was a snake, but it slithered across the floor and started transforming into a human. Right there in the hallway. My mom didn't freeze. She prayed and she fought. She fought physically and spiritually. The tenant heard the noise and tried to separate them. Neighbors called the police, and when the cops arrived, something even stranger happened. The woman, the one my mom had fought, walked out calmly towards the police van, got in on her own, and started directly at my mom and started staring directly at my mom the entire time. That stare, my mom said, it felt like she was being spiritually threatening, even as the woman drove away. A few months later, our entire house burnt down, and my mom, she got trapped inside. She was rushed to the hospital where she ended up in a coma for months. When she finally woke up, she told us, and I quote, "I saw everything. I wasn't just asleep. I was trapped inside a dream I couldn't get out of. I saw the sickness that came over you and your brother, the problems in my marriage, the attack in the hallway. It was all connected." She said the woman who attacked her was the one who had worked for us. She had been jealous of everything we had, and she used spiritual means to tear us apart from the inside out. We never went back to Kimberly. Neither of those women, the tenant or the attacker, were ever to be seen or heard from again. Till this day, we still don't talk about it too much. But one thing's for sure, we don't leave the doors unlocked. We don't stop praying. The end. Oh my God, somebody else made another. $4.99. Love your spooky stories. Thank you. I'm here for... Oh my God, do I owe y'all 2 stories? Okay. Thank you, Chicken Finger, for keeping track. Thank you. So I owe y'all 2 more stories. How did y'all feel about that last one? I felt like that last one was really good. And I actually haven't gotten to tell that one, so that's interesting. Yeah, that one was tea. I like that one. I am from Mozambique. Welcome. Okay. Okay, so for the $10 story, I'm gonna tell 2 stories back to back, but this story was submitted to me by the same person. I don't know, I'm reading them as I go. Okay, everybody type ready in the comments if you're ready. Steven, you're about to get blocked. Okay, Steven, you're out of here. I appreciate you guys too. I wasn't really reading the comments that much. I'm just now starting to realize that he was being weird. But it's okay, he's blocked, it's fine. Okay, everybody type ready in the comments. Ready if you're ready. Natasha donated. I know. There's I owe you guys yet another one after this. After this, it's only one more and that's it. Cause I've been here for an hour. Come on now. Come on. Alright, let's go. The grave in the house, seashells. This story was told to me by my mom. It happened a long time ago. Somewhere on one of the smaller islands in Seychelles. She couldn't remember the exact name of the island. Back then, people would travel to these islands to work, and on this particular island, there was a house that everyone avoided. Why? Because there was a grave inside the house. Most workers refused to stay there. They believed the place was haunted and no one wanted to be near it. But one young man didn't care. He moved in and treated the grave with respect, like it belonged to someone he loved. He would clean the grave every day, put fresh flowers on it, and take care of it like family. Then one night, the young man had a dream. In the dream, a man appeared and said, and I quote, "Tomorrow, before you leave the house, sweep the floor, but do it while walking backward. When you're done, close the door behind you and do exactly as I say." The next morning, the young man woke up and remembered the dream clearly, so he did exactly what he was told. He swept the floor, walking backwards, shut the door behind him before leaving. Later that day, when he returned home, he saw footprints in the house. Confused and disturbed, he went to the man in charge of the island, someone called a resizer. That's the Creole word for manager or overseer. Since there were only a few workers on the island, the resizer measured everyone's shoe sizes and they found a match. Turned out the man whose footprints were in the house had a problem with the young man staying there. Some kind of argument or grudge. He had come into the house with the full intention to kill him. But the spirit, the one that was buried inside the house, had warned the young man through his dream as a thank you for caring for his grave. Story number 2. Francesca, the ghost of Providence Island. This one's famous in Seychelles. Almost everyone heard of Francesca, the ghost woman who haunts Providence Island. My aunt told me this story, and it's actually 2 stories in one. Nobody really knows who Francesca was when she was alive, or how she was how she died. But her spirit had been active on the island for a very long time. There were some army men stationed in Providence Island for patrol. One night, Francesca appeared to one of them. She would come at night and they'd sleep together. Over time, the soldier fell in love with her. But his fellow soldiers started noticing something strange. His energy was always drained. He started looking sick. He was slowly losing his mind. Eventually, they locked him up, maybe on Providence or back on Mahé, the main island. But the night of the arrest, she came looking for him. The next morning, the police checked the cell and it was completely empty. No signs of struggle, no explanation. Francesca had taken him and he was never seen again. Now here's the part that shook me even more. My aunt says she met Francesca too. Years ago, she was working on Providence Island with her partner at the time, and she had her daughter with her, a little girl only about 3 or 4 years old. After a few days on the island, my aunt began having repeating dreams. In the dreams, a woman, Francesca, would appear and ask her, and I quote, "Can I have your daughter? I want your daughter." Every time, my aunt would say no, but the dreams kept coming, and her daughter started getting sicker and sicker by the day. Francesca would even play with the child during the day, smiling, watching her getting close. One night, the dream came again, but this time, my aunt screamed in the dream, "No!" The very next day, in a panic, she sent her daughter back to Mahe. From that moment on, the dream stopped. Francesca never appeared again. When I asked my aunt, "Why would she want your daughter?" she simply said, and I quote, "Maybe she was lonely, or maybe she was dying and needed someone to take her place." These islands are beautiful, but they hold deep spirits and old stories. Some are forgotten, but others, like Francesca, linger. Really? They do? iPod's on 11% and it's getting serious. I owe you guys one last story. I'm not reading no more. I'm tired. Okay. I'm gonna tell this last one. And then that was a great one, right? Yes, you guys, hit the likes. Thank you guys so much for liking the live. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody who sent super chat that made this live possible. Then I made this live 62 minutes long because honestly, I probably would have been off live by now. So, thank you to everybody who sent the super chat. This is the last story, so let's make it count. I'm going to turn on my AC because I'm hot. And hopefully you guys can still hear me perfectly fine and it's not a problem, right? Because the sunlight is blaring in here and it's getting hot. Can you guys hear me? Everybody type ready in the comments if you're ready for the last story. Everybody make sure you're paying attention. Type ready in the comments. I'm good. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Ready. Type ready in the comments. Let's go, everybody. Thank you to everybody who's still liking the lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. This one is called I Love You Too. I woke up at a cemetery after a night out. True story. Anonymous. Hi, Rebecca. Please keep me anonymous. I just had to share this story with you because it still gives me chills till this day. So I'm a guy who drinks a little too much sometimes. I binge. It's no secret. One Saturday night, I was out at my usual local chill spot. They sell BBQ meat. We call it Bry, and play good music. I was there with a couple of my boys enjoying my whiskey like I always do. The place shut down around 2 a.m. Now, normally after a night of drinking, I drive myself home. Shouldn't do that. Don't ask me how, but by some miracle, I always made it back safely. It's like a 5-kilometer drive. But this night was different. I was about to leave. A white guy I'd never seen before approached me. He told me that there was another spot still open till 5 a.m. He seemed friendly enough, and the idea of more drinks sounded great at the time. I didn't know him, but I'm a trusting guy. He said he didn't have a car, and he usually takes Ubers. I told him no worries, I'll drive. So we left together and headed to the spot he mentioned. It was actually great. We drank more, laughed, vibed. Even bought another bottle of whiskey. Then, blackout. The last thing I remember is telling him I'd give him a lift home. I said, and I quote, "You don't have to call an Uber, I'll take you." And after that, nothing. The next thing I knew, I was waking up. I thought I was in bed. The sun was shining straight into my face, and it felt like aggressive, like really harsh. I immediately thought, my wife must have opened the curtains to punish me for coming home late. But when I opened my eyes properly, I wasn't in my bedroom. I was in my car. When I looked around, my car was parked at the cemetery. The one not far from my house. I was completely alone. I sobered up completely. My whole body went cold. I started the engine without a second thought and drove straight home. I didn't even look back. I prayed the entire drive. Till this day, I don't know how I ended up there. I don't know what happened to the man I met, and I don't know if he was even real. But one thing I know for sure, I will never drink with a stranger ever again. This one was spooky. This one was fucking spooky. Ty Bean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have to go. I'm sorry, I have to go. But here's what you can do. Here's what we can do. Here's what we do, because I have to get to work. It's 2:17. I have to leave for work in a few. I have to eat something before I leave for work, smoke a little something. So here's what I'll do. I will be back on live tomorrow. Can I do that? Can I come back on live tomorrow? But everybody, Ty, you bought everybody on live a spooky story for tomorrow. I will be back on live tomorrow. No, guys, I won't, because I want to post this story as like a video up on my page for the people who haven't seen it. But I will be back tomorrow because Ty, I wasn't going to be on live tomorrow, but Ty just bought you guys live time tomorrow. I will be on live tomorrow approximately 12 p.m. same time. So make sure you guys all come tomorrow on my live, 12 p.m. I'm in New York City, so 12 p.m. my time, okay? So whatever time you guys came on the live today is the same time you should be tuned in tomorrow, okay? I have to get to work, but I swear, I promise, I got you tomorrow, Ty. I got y'all, okay? 12 Central, yes. What was I gonna say? Oh, last thing I'm gonna say before I dip out. How many of you guys here voted for me for the Caribbean Music Awards? How many of you guys voted for me for the Caribbean Music Awards? While I'm here, I need to know. I need to know. The wine tasting was great. It was great. Thank you for asking. How many of you guys voted for me? I did. Per, these are the real ones. Everybody who's ignoring my question are not real. Me, I need to vote again. Period, Brittany. That's the energy. Thank you. Okay, I will try at 12. Period. About to go vote now. Thank you, Chris. The link is under my latest video. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you watch that video. You're so pretty, and I did too. Thank you. You're pretty too. Did you go live for the tasting? I did not. I'm sorry, I had an attitude. How do we vote? The link is in my last video. So if you go on my page and you click the latest video I posted that video yesterday. So you guys also should check that out. In the description or pinned in the comments is the link. Click the link and it will take you straight there where you can vote. You can buy a vote or you can leave a free vote, but you have to scroll all the way to the bottom. So you guys can leave a free vote, but please, before I leave, in good faith, I have to make sure that at least a few of y'all on here who haven't already voted for me, because this is a dream come true. This is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Every single vote counts. So please, if you have not already, please, please, please. Do I need to get on my knees and beg? Is that what I need to do? I need to get on my knees and beg. Yep, I got the free vote. Make sure you vote if you have not already, please, guys. Help me figure out what time tomorrow Rebecca is going live. Whatever time you came in today is the same time you should be coming in tomorrow. Whatever time you came in today is the same time you should be coming in tomorrow. 12 p.m. New York City time. No, we got you. I love your content. Do something on Long Island, New York. I'll try if I get something. I showed up late though. Okay, so show up a little earlier, like maybe an hour earlier or something. 12 p.m. Eastern Pacific. So far for West Coast, it's 9 a.m. More so, yeah. 9 a.m., 10 a.m. if you're in LA. You guys are so sweet on here. Yes. So did y'all vote for me or what? Actually, let me go grab my phone. I'll be back, guys. Hold on. Let me check the progress. Because I actually have some real competition this time. Like, this is scary. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to vote for me if you actually want to vote for me for the Caribbean Music Awards, but you just haven't gotten to. Which also, if you haven't voted for me, then I know you haven't seen the latest YouTube video, which you also should check out. 2 treats in 1. You get a 28 good story, 28-minute good story. No, don't beg. We will vote, period. I just wanted to make sure what you guys wanted, whatever. When you open the YouTube app, right? When you open the YouTube, your regular YouTube app, if for some reason I gave a free vote, I'm going to pay for a vote tomorrow after I get paid. You are the best. Oh my God. You just bought everybody else an extra spooky story tomorrow. But when you open your YouTube app, right? If I'm not there, you're going to look at my name, which is Rebecca Journey, right? I'll come up. Oh, wow. Why am I... Why did that startle me? But yeah, you're going to look at my name, and then you're going to view my channel, right? You see videos? My latest one. My husband is a zombie. My husband impregnated a zombie, and I paid the price. That video right there currently has 8,000 views. You're going to go in the description. So you see where it says more? You're going to click that. The link is right there. The link is right there. Oh, uh-oh. Sorry, guys. You're going to click the link, and it's going to open it right there. Okay? Or if the description is a little hard for you, you can go in the comments. It's literally tagged. It's literally pinned in the comments. It's literally pinned right there in the comments. I'm going to leave up this live in case you guys missed any of the stories that I told earlier, so you guys can be able to catch up. And for any new people who want to come and check out this live will be up. So the video link pops up after the videos. The video link pops up after the video too. What? Ah, okay. You gotta do what you gotta do, girl. If you don't gotta watch it now, don't watch it now. If you gotta wait till you gotta clean your house to watch, then wait till you clean your house to watch. You know, the only thing I don't like about these pants is it makes me look like I have a pee-pee. I did. Thank you. Because I don't be professional in my lives. I be smoking. I be crying, crashing out. I can't leave that on my page. But this one, I didn't smoke. I didn't do anything inappropriate. I was just reading spooky stories. So I feel like this live is perfect to stay up on my page. You guys can't miss the link. Please go vote for me. All right. Like I say at the end of every single video, I love you, my abducted humans. Thank you guys so much for watching this live. Make sure you tune in for the next one at the same time, 12 p.m. my time, New York City. So you can calculate whatever time that is for you. I will be back tomorrow. I love you, my abducted humans. Past the freaking moon, because the moon is too close, like I said. I love y'all to the galaxy and back. From your favorite Haitian homegirl.